Hi, Future Taz here with a little bit of an explanation as to why this January reading wrap up is so late. Basically, life has just been super hectic and busy and stressful for me lately, so while I am sitting on a ridiculous amount of reading vlog footage over the past few weeks, life has finally calmed down enough for me to actually edit all of this footage and put it out. So this is my January reading wrap up, as well as a little bit of a cozy snowy day reading vlog from back in early February. I also do have some other reading vlogs in the pipeline, as well as my February reading wrap up and my March reading wrap up. So definitely keep a lookout for those. But without further ado, let's take it back to in the past Taz. Hello, it is Friday afternoon, almost evening. I'm just about to log out for work. This week has been so ridiculously unproductive to me. Boston is gearing up for, actually all of the East Coast is gearing up for a nor'easter, so this is going to probably be a snowy day reading vlog. The plan for tonight is kind of all over the place. I don't think I need to go to the grocery store because like I have food, but I don't have things to like connect the food into a like proper cohesive meal. So I just need to pick up a few groceries if there are any scraps left, because Boston does this thing that whenever there is a snowstorm, the grocery store is just cleared out. And I find it to be just a little bit ridiculous, probably because I lived a very many number of years in Buffalo. And so when I hear 2 feet of snow in the forecast, I'm just like, that's not a big deal. But the problem is when you live in a city and a city gets that much snow, there's nowhere to put it. But yeah, I'm excited for the snow. Figure out some groceries, go to the gym because the gym is going to be closed tomorrow. Actually, like the entire city of Boston is going to be shut down tomorrow. So after the gym, I'm gonna come back, do a bit of like house maintenance, and then I would ideally love to finish this book. I started reading this manga a couple days ago and I'm already on volume 4. So clearly I'm really enjoying it. It's this absolutely strange concept, but it is so ridiculously wholesome and sweet and just gives you all the feels. I'd love to finish that tonight. This weekend, I think I'm going to finish reading The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. And I just bought Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and that is a very highly anticipated fantasy of mine. And I really love reading fantasy on snow days. So I'm excited for this weekend. Let's just wrap up the work day and see where the weekend takes us.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control.
into Target for 2 items. Let's look at what we got, shall we? Jaw clips, because I have lost every single jaw clip that I own. 2 plasticky bowls for my cat. Vaseline body wash. One of the 2 items that I went to Target for. Claritin, Advil, Oreos, because Oreos, this one's stupid. I saw this one and could not pass it up because I have really wanted a bathrobe. So I got a bathrobe. That's it. That's the Target haul. I got so much stuff that I did not walk in there for. I literally walked in for body wash and Oreos. Hello. It is later than I thought it would be in the day. It's almost 1 p.m. and I've just been running around doing errands and chores, and I've been in a couple meetings. So I'm already exhausted. I'm sitting down with a little bit of fruit right now as a snack. I meant to close out this vlog yesterday, but I worked really late last night. I didn't really get into bed until 1 a.m. and I really feel like I've made no progress. This is both like in my work life and my personal life. I worked on a job application yesterday, so that's kind of where the majority of my time went. And then after doing that and picking up my book order from Barnes & Noble's, which we will get into, I came home, made dinner, and just kind of finished up my application before hitting submit. And because it is the end of the month, I did want to wrap up my January reading because I actually read a lot more than I thought I would. I started off this year in a quasi reading slump. It wasn't really a reading slump because I didn't want to read or I didn't feel like reading, but there were just a lot of barriers that kind of prevented me from reading. And I talked about this, I think, in my Lonely Castle in the Mirror reading vlog, but once I got in the swing of things, it was a lot better. So I will show you what I got from Barnes & Noble's last night, and then we'll get into my wrap up. If you follow me on Instagram or Goodreads, you know that I'm a little obsessed with this book, this series right now. Basically, I picked up Sweat and Soap on a whim because I had bought the first volume in December intending to read it, and then the holidays happened and I went back to visit my family, and I wasn't going to bring Sweat and Soap with me because of the cover. Basically, over the course of the last week, I started reading it and have become obsessed to the point where I've finished 6 volumes in 6 days, and now all I want to read is manga. There's 11 volumes in this series. I've read up to 6, and I put in an order for the rest of the series. Volumes 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So this will probably take me a week since I've been reading basically a volume a day. I'm really excited. I haven't been this drawn into a manga series in a very long time, and I'll talk about this series when I do my reading wrap up. So the first book that I actually ended up reading this month was The Wedding Setup by Sonali Dev. It was actually a short story, and my only gripe with this book was that it wasn't a full-length novel. Sonali Dev is a really good author. I love pretty much everything she's written, especially the Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors series, and kind of falling in suit with what she writes well, which is second chance romances. This book, The Wedding Setup, was really cute. I just thought it was well done because of the emotion that Sonali Dev was able to portray in mere pages of a short story. After that, I got absorbed into a fan fiction on AO3. I'm not going to talk about it at all, but it was over 300,000 words. It's got a Goodreads page. I counted it as a book because fan fiction is still reading. So yeah. The next book I read was Plain Bad Heroines, and I've actually owned this book for quite a while. It is this gothic, sapphic, delightful little book, and while I enjoyed it, I just wish it had lived up to my expectations from kind of the hype that I'd heard around it when it first came out. I did a whole reading vlog on it. Please check it out. I really cover everything that I think about that book in that reading vlog. The next 2 books that I read was me, kind of trying to understand what the hype is around these books. If you exist on Book Talk, you've heard about this series. I read the first 2 installments of Ice Planet Barbarians, Barbarian Alien. They're really good if you want to turn your brain off and just enjoy a story. It's just weirdly a cute relationship that develops between the heroine and then the Ice Planet Barbarian. The next book I did a reading vlog on, and it is arguably my favorite book of the month, and that was Lonely Castle in the Mirror. I put my heart and soul into this book. It was so cute. It was so precious. It was so charming. It was so magical. I cannot recommend this book enough. Just go read it. After Lonely Castle in the Mirror, I pivoted to romance for a bit and read All the Feels by Olivia Dade. This was a very cute book. Basically, it's about an actor who doesn't really give a fuck about anything and an ER therapist who has been hired really to kind of make sure that he avoids like PR stunts and all of that. But budding feelings begin to arise between the 2 of them, and it was so saccharine, it made my teeth fall out. Like, it was really good, and I liked, spoiler alert, the first book a lot. I think I liked this book a lot more. There are some thoughts regarding the ADHD representation that I'm still kind of working through for the most part. I felt that it was not a great representation of ADHD. This is coming from someone who is currently going through the process of getting tested for ADHD and has someone in their life that they really care about with ADHD. So I am intimately familiar with the medication side and how it kind of manifests on a spectrum. And I don't know that this treated it with the care that it needs. But like I said, I'm still kind of trying to sift through my feelings on that. So I'll probably post a more detailed review and my thoughts on this ADHD representation on Instagram and Goodreads, just because I finished this book about a week ago and I still haven't been able to kind of pull my thoughts together on it. But everything else about the book, the dynamics between the 2 main characters, how they interacted with each other, the slow burn factor, it was so good. Then after that, I picked up Sweat and Soap, which is got a very strange premise, but it is very, very well executed. Basically, it's about a girl who is in her late 20s. She's working for this like fragrance soap company as an accountant, like in their finance department, and her whole thing is that she's very self-conscious about her scent. And she loves the company that she works for because she feels like they make her, like their products make her smell very good. She's been bullied, just for like a little bit of context, from when she was little. She'd been bullied about how much she sweats and how she smells, and so that's why she's become very self-conscious about how she smells. But she meets the head developer of the soaps at their company, and he obviously, because he's into like fragrances and stuff, he's got a very finely attuned nose and he loves how she smells. So it's just a really cute depiction of the ups and downs of their relationship. She kind of becomes his muse and their weird conception. This is just a strange office romance that works. Their relationship together and the way it grows is so respectful and so caring. This is the main character, Asako's. This is her first real relationship, and just the way that they interact with each other, it's a really healthy relationship. Like, there's obviously some conflict sometimes that arises, but it's resolved fairly quickly, and the way that the mangaka wrote this story is just very charming and very healthy, and I love it. I love the artwork. I love the story. I love the characters. I just think that this is great. It's a great manga, and now all I want to do is read manga. And so I'm going to finish out the series and maybe start Wotakai. I have that first volume sitting on my shelves that I've been meaning to get to for a while. So yeah. But yeah, that is a total of 14 books that I read in the month of January. I'm really excited to continue on reading this series and hopefully more mangas into February, and also hopefully get to my ever-growing TBR, as always. Fingers crossed as well that my mental health kind of goes on the up and up. But yeah, I was talking to a couple coworkers and they were saying that it's just been a strange month. I remember yesterday I was talking to someone and I could not believe that we were already into February. So yeah, I'm gonna go pay my monthly rent, and I hope you are all staying safe and staying cozy and remembering to take care of yourselves, being kind to yourselves, and continuing to read books that you love. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.